What's up guys, PixelDude here for another YouTube video where today, well, you've read the title of the video, let's just get straight into it. We're doing how to make a FNAF fan game on Scratch, again, for the third time. This time I won't cancel it. Okay, I'm just gonna put out this one thing. If you guys start spamming in the comments when the next part is gonna come out, I am going to destroy every single one of you. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, let's begin. So the obvious first step is to create a new Scratch project, and then after you've done that, you delete the cat, just like always. Save the project if you want to. Now, the next step is to create a loading screen, or a warning screen, whatever you want to call it. So, you just make a little black screen here, you put it in the middle, and then you set the X and Y position to 0, which puts it directly in the middle. Then you get any kind of text you want. I'm just going to use sans serif as an example. You don't have to copy me entirely, you just put warning, just right there in the middle. You can do it any way you want. You don't have to copy me. You do warning, this game contains jump scares, flashing lights, blood, and more horror-related content. If you are under the age of 8, I recommend that you do not play this game at all. Anyway, so you put in your little warning message. Perfect. And then you go to your, when green flag is clicked, show, set brightness to -100, and of course switch costume to 1. So when you start the project, of course nothing shows up, but you can go here and we're just going to do repeat 100, why not, and we're going to do change brightness by 1, and we're going to put wait 2 seconds. So when you start the project, it's all nice and dark, but then the warning screen slowly fades in and it just stays there. So then you add another second counter. I'm going to do 4 seconds, and then we're going to repeat it again, but this time it's going to be -1 or -1 instead of a regular 1 or +1. So when it starts off, it's nice and black, and then the warnings text fades in, and then after a few seconds, it fades out. So you have to read that pretty quickly. Hold on, I'm just going to see if I can read it in time. Warning. This game contains jump scares, flashing lights, blood, and more horror-related content. If you're under the age of 8, I recommend that you do not play this game at all. See, that wasn't fast enough, so if you just add another 2 seconds, that should just be enough. So, after you add in your warning screen, you don't have to copy what I do, but just for the sake of things, I'm going to add a little intro, if you know what an intro is. So I'm just going to change the text so it says made in Scratch. Again, you don't have to do this, but I'm just doing it for the sake of it. Don't know why I'm... There, it says made in Scratch. And I think we should just import the Scratch cat. So we'll import our boy. We'll edit it so we can just keep the head. So we're going to make him look directly at the camera. And then we're just going to get rid of the pupil here and add in the coloration. And perfect, it looks like he's winking at us. Then we just copy, paste, and tilt the head slightly. Perfect. So when it starts up as usual, it has the warning screen, which is very good. And then we'll do 2 seconds after it completely fades out. We duplicate this line of code again. We add in the second costume, and we add that in. And then we change this to 2 seconds because I think they'll fit. So let's watch it. So it shows up our warning screen. It tells us everything we need to know about the game and what we should be aware about, just in case if you know you have a heart condition or anything. And then it fades out, and then the scratch cat fades in, made in Scratch. And then after a few seconds, it will fade out. And then I'd say after that, you just put in your Scratch account's little logo. So for the sake of things, I'm going to add in the Pixel Cow. We're going to change this to PixelDude Presents, just as an example. And you can even change it to say PixelDude Studios, or well, obviously not that, because what? So after you do that, you just duplicate the line of code again, and then change it to costume 3. Perfect. And as you can see, it starts off saying, warning, this game contains jump scares, flashing lights, blood, and other. I do not want to read that. Anyway, it fades out, and then it switches to the next one where it says made in Scratch. Incredible. And then after that, it fades away. And then after that fades away, it says PixelDude Presents. Perfect. And then that will fade away. And then we can just go straight into the title screen. So we're going to do broadcast, new message, title screen, save it. And now you're going to come up with a name for your game. Now you can name this anything you want. You can name it 5 Nights at Plush Toys, or 2 Nights at Michael's, or a night with David, or something like that. However, we must have a return of the boy himself. So 5 Nights at Water Bottles. That's right, the boy is back. Now, you can keep the title just like this, but if you want to make it sound more professional, you can just put a little line there and put official. You can put this line there, and then you can put this there, and then that, and then official, and then you do that. I personally like it when it looks more like this, but you guys can do whatever you guys want. Now that you've got your title sequence, you're going to create a new sprite, and please let me emphasize this, please name your sprites, because you do not want to get confused about what you're searching for. I'm also just going to adjust that quickly. I would change this to warning screen. Oh, I can't spell. Warning screen / intro. Just so you know where it is and where you can code it and stuff. And for this one, we're going to create our animatronics. So, models. And I'd say put models in front of your warning screen and your intro, but that's just how I like to do things. You don't have to copy me. So, now that you've got your models set up, we are going to create our characters. Now, I'm going to skip over this part, but you can literally create any character you want in this segment. You don't have to copy me or anything, just whatever. Just go crazy with it, basically. Anyway, I'm going to make some models. So, I finished all the animatronics. So we got Water Bottle, boy, best boy Water Bottle. And we got Spider Bite, who I can't tell if I've made disturbing, cute, or creepy. And then finally we got Coke, who No explanation from me, ladies and gentlemen. So once you finish creating your character models, hide them so no one can see them, and that should be about it. After that, we are going to create a new sprite. And this new sprite is going to be our main menu. So just like before, we fill it in black, we put it to 0, y 0. Then you can put in whatever kind of text that you want. So I'm going to put down here, created by PixelDude, original concept by Scott Hawthorne. Perfect. And you just put that, you make it really small and you put it in the corner like that. So this is created by PixelDude, original concept by Scott Hawthorne. Perfect. Remember, don't put PixelDude there. So now that you've done that, you're going to name that main menu. Then you're going to make a new sprite and you're going to put title. And then you're going to add in the name of the game. So, 5 Nights at Water Bottles. So it says it right there, 5 Nights at Water Bottles. You make it bigger. You can make it look better if you want to. For me, I'm just going to add in some cool blue outline. And now that you place it in, you're just going to click it and you're just going to drag it into the corner right about there. I think that will be perfect. So we've got some of the main critical components for your game so far. So you've got in your warning screen and your intro, you've got your main menu sort of set up, and you've got your animatronic character models. Now we're going to create the title screen animation. A title screen animation in a FNAF Fan game is where on the main menu you usually have your main animatronic or one of your animatronics in general in your title screen, and they kind of glitch around or they do different poses every couple of seconds. You've probably seen it with FNAF 1 and FNAF 2. Basically, this little area right here is where an animatronic's going to go. So you're going to create a new sprite, and then you're going to import one of your animatronics. For this example, I'm going to do Water Bottle because he's the main animatronic of the game. And I am going to create several different costumes where essentially we're just going to so basically you keep costume 1 the same exactly as it was, or you can change it slightly, and then with the other costumes you make them very, very different, and you'll see why in a second. So as you can see, I have created each individual ones, and I've also added in this black fade effect, and you'll see what that does in a second. So as you can see, we have this costume, and they all have different appearances. So you got one where his jaws are showing, and one's where he's glitching, and one where he's just completely normal, and you're about to see why in a second. So if we show where he is, as you can see, he is just right there. He's not doing anything special. What we're going to do is we're going to size him up. So I'm just going to do 3000 just to size him up to the maximum. Then we're going to place him about, I'd say about there. And make sure that your text here is in front of Water Bottle. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our sprite with the animatronic in the title screen. We're going to name it title screen animation. And then we're going to add in some code. So what we're going to do is go to main menu and do when green flag is clicked, hide, when I receive title screen show. And then you duplicate that for the title right there. And the exact same thing for the title screen animation. So when the game starts, it's pitch black, and then it fades in with Warning, this game contains jump scares, flashing lights, blood, and more horror-related content. If you're under the age of 8, I recommend that you do not play this game at all. And after that fades away, that kickstarts the intro after the warning screen where it says made in Scratch, and then it says that you're the one who made the game or you present the game. So for this example, it says PixelDude presents as a little example, and then after that fades away, it waits a couple of seconds before the title screen flicks and it appears. Perfect. Now, we're going to go to our title screen animation again, and we are going to do, when I receive title screen, show, and make sure that it's switched to the normal costume at the start of both. On the green flag is clicked hide, and when the title screen show. Perfect. Now, we're going to do forever, wait, pick random, you can choose how many seconds you want. For this example, I'm going to do between 3 and 5 seconds. Repeat, pick random, I'm going to do 10 to 18 times. Switch costume to pick random 2 to whatever costume amount is left, so 2 to 6. So what this code basically says is after 3 to 5 seconds, it will repeat a couple of times to flicker between costume 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, and 6, and it's excluding costume 1. After you do that, you just get water again, and you put it right there at the end. So, as you can see, it will just flicker, just like that. Perfect. It will just flicker, and he'll glitch, and he'll look very, very strange on the title screen. Yep, he waits a couple of seconds, and he flickers. And basically, that's how you make a FNAF title screen. But of course, the title screen does look a little bit bland. It looks a little bit boring, doesn't really have anything to really make it interesting besides the glitching animatronic. So we are going to import a static effect. So you can go on Google or whatever browser you're using and just search up static GIF. And you click images and you find one of these. Click this one. As you can see, it has a little GIF animation where it flickers and all that. So just choose out one of these and then you can import it into your project. So as you can see, I have imported in some static or FNAF static, and you're going to do, when green flag is clicked, hide, and make sure to change the name of the sprite to static. When green flag is clicked, hide, forever, next costume. So basically it just glitches like that. Anyway, after you've added in this little code here for the camera static, you're going to do, when I receive title screen, show, and then set a ghost effect to whatever number works. Just for the example, I'm going to do 70, and as you can see, it's made it transparent enough for you to see what is going on the title screen. So after you do that, you're going to add in a new sprite, and you're going to label it as VHS line. What you're going to do is you're just going to get a simple little grey square, and you're going to put it across just like that. Now you don't have to do this. You can go crazy with the title scene, with the title screen, but this is just how I like to do it. So we add that in, and we're going to do, when green flag is clicked, hide, and then when I receive title screen, show, and make sure it goes all the way to the top, just like that. We're going to do we're going to add in this code, and it says go to X0, Y0. We're going to change that so it says 200, but the 0 can stay the same. Now we're going to get glide, and we're going to do minus 191 because that's the number that equals up there. And as you can see, in 1 second it glides all the way down there. And then you just put a forever script. And as you can see, it's just going up and down. Now, this looks cool, but it's not very transparent and it looks very odd. So first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the static is in front of the rectangle. And then we're going to do set ghost effect to 80. And then you're going to place it in your title screen code. And if we zoom in, as you can see, it's made this very nice VHS effect that looks very, very cool for a title screen in your FNAF Fan game. Now, you can add a second one if you want to, and you can make it a bit slower, and you can change the brightness on it to make it look, you know, a bit different, or you can thick it up or thin it to make it look a bit different. And as you can see, if we zoom in, we've got one square going down very slowly, if you can see it, and another one that's moving very fast that is thicker. So that is basically how you make a FNAF title screen in Scratch, but of course you can do it any way you want. You can make it have so much variety and uniqueness. It's very cool. After we do that, we're going to make a new sprite, and we're going to make this the new game button. So just title it new game, and you can really make whatever kind of button you want. But for this example, I'm just going to make a nice dark bluish sort of tone for my button with a little bit of outline. I'm going to add in a white text, and it's just going to simply say game. We're going to fit that in. We're going to stretch it out so it fits nicely. And now that we've got in our new game button, we're just going to drag it into whatever position you like. Going to shrink it or enlarge its size to whatever size you want for your main menu. And with the new game button placed right there, I think we're going to leave off today's episode with this. We've got a working title screen animation with a warning screen, a made in Scratch part, and your Scratch account introducing the project with a little logo animation. And then after that, we go into the title screen, which has been fully animated and fully detailed out. You've got your animatronic models all ready to go whenever you need them. And you've also got your new game button, your credits, your title screen, your glitching animatronic on your main menu title, your static, your VHS. You got basically everything. So that's going to be episode 1 finished of how to make a FNAF Fan game on Scratch. And I will see you all in part 2, where we will we'll finish off the buttons on the main menu. We'll add in the newspaper, the office, the night 1 screen, and we'll also add in a couple of game mechanics. And hopefully in episode 2, we'll also be able to do the animatronic AI and also the camera system as well. Anyways, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial part. See ya!